Hey Stampers, Kim from StampingInPerfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I just have a quick organizing thing I wanted to share with you. I was trying to figure out a way to come up with labeling my ink pads. I've been just doing it by hand for a while, and it's okay. I actually stamped a little image with the ink and then just wrote out the name, and it was fine. And I've been using washi tape to hold the coordinating sponger on the back, the little sponge applicator, for blending. I love these Catherine Pooler inks for blending, and these actually work well storing the this little sponge piece underneath, because they actually have a good wide lip for that, so it stores pretty well. The washi tape doesn't work that well. But I kind of wanted, now that my ink collection is growing and I have quite a few that aren't labeled, I wanted to come up with a new system. Plus, I really like, when I first started using Stampin' Up! Stuff, my sister created this ring of the different cardstocks, and she put labels on the back with all the numbers, the catalog numbers and everything, which has been quite handy. Like, I really like this because when I'm trying to select a color to go with other colors, this little ring has been just ideal. This works really well for me. And I was thinking that I would like to do something similar for my Catherine Pooler inks. So what I found that I like with Altenew, the Altenew inks come with these little cards, and I'm just going to punch a hole in them, and I've got packages of these rings. These aren't very expensive, and you can get them in all different sizes. I'm just going to attach these together, and then my Altenew ones are essentially done. Plus, this lists them as the collection, so when I want to layer the inks, then I can, you know, pull out the cards and I can check out the different collections. So when you get Altenew inks, if you buy them in the sets, for example the Cherry Blossom set, then, you know, keep these cards. These cards are really handy. So that's useful for the Altenew inks. And Catherine Pooler had sent this out with a couple of them, but I really liked having a good size sample. So I was thinking for my Catherine Pooler inks, I'd like to do something like that. As I was browsing Simon Says Stamp website, I found out that they have this little kit that you can purchase. They call it the Swatch book supplies, and I decided I would like to check this out. I'm going to try this out and see how this works. So it actually comes with, the kit itself comes with a set of 4 stamps, and it comes with a package. I believe there are 30 of these cards in here, and these are all pre-cut, pre-marked. There's a hole in them, and it actually also comes with a ring. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. I'm probably going to use actually, I'm probably going to use 2 of these and then label with 1. So I can actually do this with each of the inks, and then with my label maker, I'm going to make labels that actually will go on each end of this. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to use some Velcro. I've got this general purpose Velcro that's got a sticky back, and the sponges are this side, so I'm going to put that away. I can probably use that for a different project. And what I'll do is I will cut a piece of this off. Just cut a little piece of this off, and then I'm going to put that on the middle of the bottom of the ink pad. And attach this right on the bottom like that, and when I turn it over, that actually works pretty well. The one nice thing, or one of the many nice things about the Catherine Pooler inks, this lip is actually big enough to do that. It doesn't take up too much. With my Altenew inks, I don't find it as helpful to put the sponge on the bottom because it doesn't have this big lip. You can see the difference. So I'm probably going to create some other system for doing this with my Altenew inks. Like I'll keep these little sponge applicators someplace else, because now it really isn't useful for the ink pad, because every time I use it now it's not really flat and it does affect your inking. So I do want to be careful with that. So I'm going to attach those to the bottom. These are beautiful. And then I'm going to grab a couple of these. And I suppose I could stamp all 4 of these, but I would like to see on my thing, I guess I would like to see a couple things. I would like to see the solid one. And then I do love polka dots. This one's nice because I actually will show you what it looks like when you stamp some kind of image that has white space between them. Okay, now since this is the first one, hopefully this will ink up nicely. I'm just going to stamp this on. Now there are probably lots of different ways I could use it. Like maybe I could do a second stamping to show what it looks like stamped off. And then this one's going to show me a stamped image with white spaces. Very cute. If there were coordinating markers or colored pencils, I might use that for that. Another thing I could do is I could use my sponge and just sponge some on to show what that looks like. But I don't think I'm going to go to that much trouble. And then I'm just going to take and label this. So I'm using my Brother label maker. This is a new label maker for me because my label maker died. My old Brother label maker, I had it for a good 20 years. Like I really had that a long time. So now I have to get used to a new one. Okay, I'll print this. Now one thing I do want to be careful of, I'm going to print 2 labels. One is I'm going to print one in a good size font for this, and I can change the size of the font. I haven't done that yet, but I can do that. There's lots of, I saved the instructions. Then I want to use this down arrow, and I'm going to redo this one, the same name, and so it's shift apostrophe space capital A space capital G and then I'm going to hit print again, and this button, this big down arrow button, actually allows you to print a second line. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut straight across. So this gives me a label for each end of my label. So I can put a label on each end. So I can put this on here, and I don't know if this will peel off really well. I used good sturdy. I'll leave that on there, but I think I'll put this along the bottom. Or maybe I'll put this on the side of this one since I already have the end labeled. Or I'll put it on the bottom of the, like this. Then no matter how I put this in my stamp pad, now see I have one on the bottom and one on the top, even though the name's on both places, it's to be quick to put this away. And then I can cut this one down, And I'm going to save a space on these Catherine Pooler ones because you never know. She may come out with markers or colored pencils or something else. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. Try to get it as centered and straight as possible. I'm going to cut this off. Just like that, and then add it to my ring, and this is going to work really well for me. So that's going to organize my inks. I'm going to end up with labeled inks. I'm going to have my coordinating sponger for blending. These are my favorite inks to blend. Right on the bottom, and I'm going to have an organized ring of colors that over the years I have found very useful. So that's that. So that's from Simon Says, and by the way, this comes with 30. They also sell packages of refillable packages for the kits, so you can do more colors, because some, I mean, I think she's got like 45 colors or something like that so far, so I definitely needed 2 packages of these to do my Catherine Pooler inks. The one thing that I want to make sure that I do in between colors is I want to make sure that I really do clean off these stamps, and I want to get them cleaned off really well. So that I don't transfer colors from one to the other, because I want to get a true color on my swatches here. And I think I'll even grab a piece of scrap cardstock and just stamp a couple of times to make sure I've got it all off. Continue doing this. But I just got a new ink pad holder for my Catherine Pooler inks, or I just ordered it from Stamp and Storage. I decided that she's got like 45 ink pads already, and she keeps adding, so she's probably going to add more. And so I got a good size ink pad holder for the my Catherine Pooler inks from Stamp and Storage. I love their ink pad holders. They're amazing. So stop by my blog at stampingimperfection.com, give this video a like and share with your friends. You might have friends who love these ideas. These were cut out with a punch, or you can, there are lots of Thinlits dies you can use. You can label the back of them however you like, but this is a really handy little tool when you're looking for a specific color, or when you're looking to match colors of inks and cardstocks, or cardstocks and something else, or you just want to see what combination of colors really works. This is a perfect thing to do. So thanks for watching.